I've been seeing you for a week. Kick my back in.
Deservedly so.
And let me say that I agree with that sentiment. I don't know if you're being funny, but
no, I'm not.
I do think it's deservedly so. So, yeah, I think that when Marc was expressing his sentiments about the people that he lost, first of all, rest in peace. Some of y'all know where my heart lie. That's not my ministry. I'm not with any death anywhere. So, but how that came off, yeah, it looked really irresponsible. It looked really immature, and it didn't align with how I feel about things. So I totally understand me getting killed for that. I'm not mad at that. I'm responsible for an ill-timed segue. That is the end of it. Y'all don't know how I feel about shit because I specifically don't really speak much about these things. Nor am I suppressing Marc. If he wants to come in here and talk about it, please feel free. But yeah, my only issue came in them turning my ill-timed segue into pretending to know how I feel about certain matters. That's just not responsible.
Straight over. Smokehouse beats.
Life is good, God is great. Good job, Joe. Joe, I like what you did. I like how you addressed what was going on. People was kicking your back in online with the whole situation that I kind of briefly spoke about in my last video. The ill-timed, botched segue attempt when Marc was speaking on his colleagues that passed, everybody that he lost over in Palestine. That was a heavy moment. I understand that you wasn't really prepared for that. You didn't, you wasn't expecting it, but it was a real situation. He didn't really go into any big detail about it, but it's something that he felt like he needed to mention. It was responsible of him to do it. It brings levity to the podcast. I understand that's not a topic that y'all want to really broach. Y'all don't really want to go down that rabbit hole, but if one of your castmates has a situation that's hitting home, they should be able to not necessarily go into this long diatribe about what they're dealing with. They should be able to mention it. They should be able to bring it up. They should be able to express how much it means to them. And then y'all be able to speak to it briefly if need be, elaborate if need be, and just move on.
And hopefully everybody in their respective platforms out there does that, because there are people who are asking us to carry it here. And I agree. I mean, I'm willing to talk about it to the extent that everyone is. I'd rather talk about it on Night School or in Al Jazeera just because there's more runway for that. But you sports people out there, athletes, all the athletes have been killed in Palestine, in Gaza. The stadiums have been crushed. Talking about gender issues, women issues, pregnant mothers are being killed, babies are being killed. Everybody's domain can cover this issue if they want to. So we all have a responsibility in the midst of a genocide to talk about it and deal with it. So I don't think it's anyone's exclusive job, but I do think some spaces are more conducive to it than others. And for me, I'd rather say here's 30 seconds of what's going on, just like I did with what's going on in DC. Or we could talk about what's going on right now with redistricting in Texas, right? I mean, where they're literally trying to undermine democracy by taking away people's votes and people's congressional representation. All of these things are issues that we should talk about here, but I think there are avenues that just do it better.
It's difficult, man. Like you say, you don't want to serious things out, but it's a big issue. It's a big topic. Y'all don't have to go into details. Like you said, like Marc said, like y'all all agreed, it's not the platform for it. It's other situations, other platforms that are more conducive to having those conversations. And there are other audience out there outside of the JBP. Not saying that the JBP doesn't have an audience and a community that can appreciate that dialogue with those serious topics, because I'm one of them. But most of your audience is not there for that. So I appreciate how y'all addressed it. Y'all said what y'all had to say and you moved on. I just want to give y'all kudos and props to that. Imani was there. Imani was there, laughing, joking. Joe addressed the stain on the chair. It seemed like everything cool. Now, I think we'll probably learn a little bit more about that situation once we see the Patreon drop that has Imani on there. I'm pretty sure they'll get into it a little bit more on the Patreon drop. And then Mel, you be on that bullshit, man. Mel, you really be on some bullshit. That Ozempic, everybody seen the Ozempic face. I'm not saying you was on Ozempic. What you call it, peptides, whatever the fuck it is.
I hate it.
That's not fair to say. I mean, like the assumption is that everybody got on it for vanity. There's a significant portion of people who had genetics that just were not on their side, who had other health conditions that prevent them from losing weight. They've struggled with their weight their entire fucking lives. And they've, it's created like other comorbidities. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to place everybody in the same box.
Everybody in that box.
Those people aren't used to scale of business.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The scale of business is the people. I mean, and I'm only because you mentioned that you've used it. Were you using it because of comorbidities or genetics issues?
I was using it just because at the, when perimenopause sets in, weight gets extremely fucking hard to get rid of.
No, cut the shit.
You know what? Then I'm not going to say anything. If you want to like discredit everything that I say as it not being true,
what she's saying.
When perimenopause kicks in, any woman can attest that there is weight that just accumulates on your body that is very stubborn and it won't fucking go anywhere. So I wanted to try it to see what would happen if I could get the stubborn weight off just a little bit, and then with my program that I do, diet and exercise, be able to maintain, which is what I did.
Right, I understand that.
But let me ask you a question though.
And it was last year that I used it. I haven't used it since.
Was it suggested to you by a doctor? Or did you say that yourself, like, all right, you know what? Oh, this is happening. Let me seek out this, figure out what happened. Let me see if I can get on that, right?
No, look, I don't have an issue with people using it for that reason. My point is just that
that's still the same reason.
Right, it's still
at the end of the day, that's still a vanity reason.
Right, I would say it wasn't for diabetes. And again, I think people should do that. There's no judgment about it. I'm just saying that plays into, and you work hard in diet and exercise. You know what I mean?
She does, but like she said, it ain't going nowhere. Right, let me try something else.
And for some people, that I don't want to use the word vanity because it's going to sound negative, but it was a desire to do something that wasn't medically necessary.
Look more beautiful.
Yeah.
Marc asked you, like, did you take it for a medical reason? Because most people are taking it not because it's recommended by their doctor, but it's something they just do on their own. And when he asked you, like, you went back into that perimenopause shit that don't nobody want to hear on the JBP. You could save all that shit for the Hot and Bothered show. Nobody wants to hear your perimenopause stories or your excuses for being on the Ozempic. Nobody wants to hear it. So you didn't do it to be healthy. You did it because you wanted to shed a couple pounds. Just say what it is, man. I didn't like it, but I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody's surprised. Another great show. I just wanted to put that out there, mainly come on here and give Joe some propers for doing the right thing, man. So looking forward to the next drop. Leave y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. It's the J Matt Show. I'll see y'all next time. Now.
Straight over. Smokehouse beats.